It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And away we go in Cincinnati. Khalif Raymond to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be first down, Detroit. From the gun. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Laporta with the grab. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first. Montgomery now up the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the way, bringing up 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He's got the ball on the sideline. Ooh, difficult play, small gain, but it counts. First down.
Great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 13. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
Got his target, it's Higgins. Has some daylight through the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Completes this one to Chase. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. Out of the shotgun, Burrow escapes the pocket. And he's going to score! Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals finish off their opening drive. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you could put 6 on the board, man, that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's Raymond on the return. Return's looking good so far. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Throw complete to Williams. He's got a gain of 6 there. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They'll have an easy 3rd and 1. Off play action, Goff. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First down throw from Goff. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. They go play action with Goff. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Detroit. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Bengals all set to go for their second drive. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. First down, Burrow to throw. Got a man, it's Gesicki. Jukes out a one-stop. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be first down, Bengals. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Brown on the inside give. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Here's Brown again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Complete beyond the marker. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. Now a give. It's Brown headed right. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Burrow setting up the play action. The throw is caught. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Has it in close. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. T. Higgins, the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals tie things up at 14. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Greg Reynolds to return it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
Here's 2nd and 7. Patrick with the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Goff. He finds Laporta. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, Goff gets this one to Patrick. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Goff. He's got it at the 6. And in for the Detroit touchdown. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was gonna be a touchdown, like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird?
Ooh.
In the three-point shooting contest in the 80s?
Or maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, but whatever.
Well, the kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did, and he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
Point after, up and good from Bates. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Bengal offense getting the football late in the first half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Bengals. Burrow from the gun. He puts some power on a deep one left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Burrow to the air now. And no luck there. That throw falls to the ground.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. To throw again, it's Burrow. Brought in by Chase near the sideline. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Here we go. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. He sends this one to the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They can bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
On second and 10, Burrow again. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. Ifatu Melifonwu with the INT. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you.
Dealing with some time constraints, it seems, we'll bypass halftime and get right back to the action. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Here comes the Cincinnati offense for the first drive of our second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. Throwing is Burrow. Catch made by All. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
On first down, here's Burrow. On the move, headed right. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On target to his man Higgins. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. From the red zone now. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and just 2 to go. Burrow out of the shotgun. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here's Burrow. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals tie this game at 21. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Lions and Jared. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Throw complete to Williams. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions grab the lead on their first series of the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has it at the 11. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. Chased out to his right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down, trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Remain Pratt with the play defensively. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
at the 22-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. That's St. Brown working the sideline, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. This is Montgomery running right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Burrow. That one's cut along the left sideline. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Catch made by Chase Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Loose slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. Juke the defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Bengals football, and they know what they... And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. Straight ahead, it's Brown. 3 yards on the pickup, and they're 3 away on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Looking to throw, Burrow. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals now trailed by just a point in the 4th. T. Higgins the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. And some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals tie us up 28-all. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Reynolds with a return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. This defense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Goff. This one to Williams out left side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. Now Goff. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. All right, right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
And the Lions, first down.
Throwing again, it's Goff. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. In off to Gibbs from the gun. Room to the right. And finally, they catch up to him at the 11. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Goff to the air now. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Goff. This throw is cut. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Putting the tight end in motion. He's back to throw. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. 1st down, Burrow to throw. This one taken in by Chase. Escapes a defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. They kick the running back in motion.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Setting up the screen. Jukes one defender. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Brown. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their 1st. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run again with Brown.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Third and just 2 to go.
Gun.
Looking to throw it. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him, and he delivers.
Reynolds with a return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And there's enough time left that you can't call it impossible. They're going to need a heck of a play downfield to get in range for a possible game winner. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. He'll look to throw it. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout. Back to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of...
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. Reynolds with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Lions offense returning to the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. First throw of overtime now. Finds Laporta. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he'll take this up to around the 30-yard line. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him a 3rd down and 6 to go. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They give up the gut to Montgomery. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. From the 47. St. Brown there to bring it in. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions claim a 6-point lead. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Pressure off left, and it's blocked! Looks like the Bengals got it!
I could feel the anger all the way up here, Kate. They did not like giving up the big play, the lengthy touchdown. And they decided to release a little bit of that frustration via the special teams. That juice, that energy, you could feel it overwhelmed there and led to the block.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. New set of downs for him from the 46. Burrow setting up the play action. He beams one deep right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Here we go. It's second down and 10.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Oh, big interception here. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35. They've battled each other all game long, Brock, but the coverage, so with a couple of surprises up their sleeve for this QB, still in possession there with the pick.
And there's always a look or two, Kate, that doesn't get used much during the game, a way to disguise the coverage and trick those QB's eyes into seeing something that wasn't there. What better spot to break that out than right now in overtime? Right here, right now, like Van Halen used to say.
With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Cincinnati.